step we are going to do is create the star template using your scrap cardboard and your round object. Here I have a clear bowl and I'm going to first use my pen and just draw around the outside. And there we go, we have a perfect circle. So then you're going to find the middle point, which is around here, and take your ruler and draw one straight line through it. Then you'll turn and you'll take your ruler again and perfectly in the centre if you can. My centre dot was a little bit off. There we go. So you have your circle divided into 4 pieces. Then you will take your ruler again and through this centre point you'll line up this line in half again, splitting your segment in half, and then lastly you will do it again. Just try and look here, try and split it perfectly in half or close to being half. There you go. And then you'll have your circle divided into 8 different sections, little pizza slices. Then, using your ruler again, you'll draw a line into the centre and then halfway through, and then mirror on the other side. There you go. So you'll have a mini triangle in your segment, and then you'll repeat again halfway through and another half like that, and then just keep going round your circle until all your segments are done. And there you go, you have your 8-pointed star. So now we're going to cut out the star. So first cut out the circle, and then cut out each little segment like that, all the way around. And once you have this cut out, you have your finished star template. Using the same method that you have for this star, you can make an assortment of different sizes if you use a different sized round object. For example, I could make a smaller star, like this one, using this sized object, and then you'll have 2 different sized stars. And you could go even smaller and create this smaller star using another really small round object. It's nice to have a range of sizes, but you don't have to if you don't want. And then once you've got these 3 different sizes, and I'm going to create roughly around 10 stars. So maybe I'll do 2 big stars and a few more of the medium stars, and then maybe 3 or 4 smaller stars until you have the number of stars that you want. So I'll take this middle star, and on your scrap cardboard you'll just use your template to trace on some stars, and then you'll cut these all out. So yes, once you've traced out as many stars as you like, Then cut them all out and we'll move on to the next stage. So now that we have all our stars cut out, you can also use the templates, the original templates that you drew out as well in this step. We want to transform these plain stars into these beautiful shiny stars. So how we're going to do that is just move these over. You take your star and you'll take, I'm going to use this lovely shiny material, and you will take your glue stick and glue 1/2 of the star all over. Make sure you get all of those corners and edges, and then place it onto your material of choice, whatever paper or wrapping paper or shiny fabric even that you have. And press it down. And when you have made sure that it's all pressed down firmly, you can take your scissors and cut the shape of the star out, just like we did before, but in the paper. So similarly, going around in a circle to all the points to make it easier, and then you can just cut your segments out like that. See? And then just go all the way around it. And once you have your star all cut out, if you turn it over, you have this wonderful shiny star. And then to cover the other side, you'll do exactly the same and glue this cardboard side entirely and cut out the star. And then, once you're finished, you've got a double-sided shiny star. Look at that. So then you'll want to proceed to use this method for all of the remaining stars you have. And then you'll have an assortment of different shiny stars. You could even make your stars different on each side. So this one is the swirly shiny pattern. But if I wanted to, I could add this blue glittery paper on the other side. And there we go. We have a double-sided and different coloured star. So once you have all your beautiful stars covered in your shiny paper, you're going to want to make a hole in the top of one of them and add some string, just like I have here. And I'll show you how to do that with one of them here. Just move these out of the way. You're going to need a sharp pencil, so sharpen that quite well, and you will need an adult to help you here. So what you do, you find one of the points of the star, and I'd put it on the table and just, you hear that puncture, start to twist it all the way through. Don't push too hard, otherwise the pencil lead might snap. You've got a little hole here, then using your pencil again, make sure your finger is out of the way or over on the other side. Gently twist round again until you make that hole a bit bigger. It might bend the star a bit, but don't worry, we can straighten it out after. And you'll see the hole's gotten bigger, like that. And you might want to also do it on the other side, just to make the other side big as well. And there, you have a nice hole to thread your string or very thin ribbon or wool through. I've got some white wool here. It might be a bit tricky to get this through, so what I'm going to do is just lay the wool over the hole and using my pencil just very gently poke it through, you see, like that. And then on the other side you'll see a tiny little tuft poking through. You want to just use your fingernails to grab onto that. Might need to push that through a bit again. All of that through. Grab onto that, there we go. And pull it through. And then you can either tie a knot, if you can, with these two, or if you would prefer, you can just sellotape around the outside, which is a lot quicker than tying a knot. So I'm just going to show you though. So that's one, and then you'll do a double knot. Yeah, you might need to ask a parent to help you with this. And then that's two. And then just very lightly pull on that to make sure it's tight. And then you can take your scissors and snip. And then you have a nice secure hanging star. So then you'll do this for every star. You can snip it, but leave quite a long length because that will give you some flexibility and some freedom to suspend them and hang them from different heights that you like. You can always trim later. You can also simply tape the string like this onto your star with some clear sellotape. There you go, and it looks just as good. That is a quicker and easier method to do the hanging part. Once you have all your stars on strings, at this point you could suspend them from your ceiling very easily by using a bit of tape onto the ceiling. They're very lightweight, so it should hold very easily and not pull or fall down. Or you can move on to the next part of this decoration, which is suspending it on a stick, and it becomes a wall hanging. So as you can see here, I've got a bamboo cane. My one's around 85 centimeters, but it doesn't have to be that long. It could be shorter, could be a bit longer if you wanted, but I wouldn't really suggest it be too much longer than that. So I'm just going to put my camera back here. And so what we're going to do is, now we have our stars, I'm going to start at one end here. I'm just going to tie one of my stars here. I'll just double knot that as well. There we go, just trim that. Like that. And then what I will do is go along the cane with the remaining stars and tie them along the cane in a line. You can adjust if you want your stars to be higher or lower, and then once you've done that you can slide them along the pole and move how close they are to one another as well. So once you have something that looks a bit like this, with the tops of the strings along the bamboo cane or the stick, you can see they're hung beautifully like this and cast wonderful shadows. So this will be your wall hanging, but you'll have to attach one more piece of string. One end will be here and the other end will be on this end here, and that means you can hang it on a picture hook. So what you'll do, you'll take your string and you'll wrap it a few times around the end of your bamboo cane, and then you will tie a knot. There you go. And probably a double knot would be better so it's extra secure. And then pull it tight and trim it. There you go. And then you'll want to do the other. You'll take the other side of the string and do it on the other end of the bamboo cane. You'll want the string to be loose, but not too loose. So you don't want it to hang down too far when it hangs on a picture hook. So there we go, just tying this one as well. And there you have your beautiful twinkling silver stars. You could hang these above your bed, and at night they'll twinkle above you and help you get to sleep.